It sure likes that load. Wow.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. Bergara USA has a slogan that I really like, and it goes, it's the most accurate rifle that you never heard of. And that probably resonates with a lot of you watching this video right now. Well, if you've bought a muzzleloader in the past couple of years, you probably heard of Bergara of Spain because they are the manufacturer of some of the most accurate muzzleloader barrels in the world. They came to the US a couple of years ago and opened a custom precision rifle shop, building rifles costing $5,000 and up and being very popular with some very high-end precision rifle competition shooters. They wanted to get that reputation in the hands of a lot more people than they could with a $5,000 price tag. So they came up with a production precision rifle line called the LRP and the LRP Elite, which is this one. This rifle keeps a lot of the most important steps from their fully custom rifles while having a batch process for everything else that's allowed them to knock maybe 40–45% off the price of a fully custom rifle. I went with a 6.5 Creedmoor, and through the help of a lot of ammunition manufacturers, Bergara USA and Optics Planet with this Vortex Razor HD Gen 2, I was able to spend more time testing this rifle than probably any other product that I've featured on this channel. And that's what's coming up next on Twang and Bang. The Bergara LRP Elite is a high-end precision rifle built to balance lightweight with accuracy during long strings of fire. The chassis is the very popular Arias, built by Mega Arms and Killer Innovations. Keymod runs the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions with a standard sling mount at the front. QD sockets are also integrated behind and in front of the action. Add in the mounts found on the Magpul PRS adjustable buttstock, and the LRP Elite gives you multiple mounting positions without having to buy additional attachments. A large bilateral mag release sits in front of the proven Timney 517 flat trigger. Though it's adjustable from 1.5 to 4 pounds, Bergara sets it to the 3-pound pull popular with tactical match shooters. All LRP barrels start as blanks in Spain, then shipped to the US to be finished and assembled into Bergara's Premier Action, which is the same action used in their custom rifles. This action is built dimensionally to Remington 700 specifications, but internally has multiple differences. Most significantly, the bolt is a 2-lug floating bolt head design with a non-rotating gas shield. This gives the bolt increased accuracy and safety over many popular bolt designs. This 22-inch barrel is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor with a 1 1/8-inch twist, though you can also get a 20-inch 308 and even a very sexy 24-inch 6 Creedmoor. Bergara guarantees their LRP barrels will shoot sub-MOA with factory match ammo, though every owner I know is getting a lot better than that. The LRP barrels are threaded 5/8 by 24 and come with a dead air armament key lock brake. This is perfect because my favorite QD precision rifle can is the Sandman L. A 20 MOA rail sits on top of the Premier Action. I always remove and reinstall factory bases to make sure they're properly torqued and thread locked, and in doing so, I found to no surprise that this base was mounted properly at the factory. The bolt handle is a smooth teardrop that's a nice size. It's big enough to grab without shoving my thumb into the large ocular of my Razor HD. All LRPs come with a well-padded rifle case, complete with mag pouches and plenty of room for ammo in the outer pocket. One of the most accurate rounds out of this LRP Elite was actually a hunting load, though Berger calls this bullet a match hunting bullet. The results at 100 yards seem to confirm that, and so far, this is what I'd happily use on medium-sized game.
Man. That is another sweet group. Well, we found 2 loads this likes.
The 130 grain ELD is Hornady's new bullet, and even though it didn't shoot the tightest group at 100 yards for me, I used it in one of my matches with good success. After I'd already done all of the accuracy testing footage for this video, I finally got a few boxes of the new American Eagle load, and I was not expecting these results. However, the extreme velocity spread was 58 feet per second, and the standard deviation was 22 feet per second, meaning that I could expect the groups to open up faster at range than the other ammo shown in this video. Regardless, I had zero problems hitting the 2 to 3 MOA target set out at my range out to its maximum 550-yard distance. Though I'm looking forward to what the upcoming Federal Gold Medal match load will do, this American Eagle ammo seemed to be plenty good for ringing steel. I also appreciated the factory-installed key mount brake. It provides a great balance of recoil reduction without being too blasty, and of course, it allowed me to mount my Dead Air Sandman L silencer as you see and hear here.
One of the things that I really love about the Vortex, I mean, it's got great glass. It's actually, the ocular is so big, I can't put any of my camera mounts on it because there's not enough room between the bolt and the mount to run it, to be able to show you. And then the ones that are my best don't even fit around the end, whether the bolt's in place or not. But I love what they call Christmas tree reticles because it allows me to do just that. I ran from 200 to 300 to 400 to 550, and I just had to do it by placing my hold, putting the target on my hold on the reticle. I didn't have to spin any dials. I'm not like a really fast shooter from target to begin with, and so it saves me time not having to do that. So I know I had a 0.5, 1.2, 2.1, and then a 3.6 hold at 550. And so I was able to connect each time. I mean, these targets are pretty big for the distance. The Arias chassis is really, really popular for a number of reasons. It's on the lightweight side. Of course, once you put a beefy PRS on the back, it adds some weight to it. It has a medium profile. There are some that are just stubs, but I like the fact that it's as long as it is because it allows me to use things like this Reeser Precision bag. It's called the Game Changer. You can see, I'm just standing here, my rifle is being held right in place. And when this compresses, it gets like concrete holding the rifle. It doesn't have an extended mag well, and that's something coming from autoloaders I kind of miss. But I haven't really had problems, not since I switched to the PMags. I had some, slow insertions, like finding it and getting the mag in during competition when I was running metal Accuracy International mags, but I've had none of those problems with the PMags. These mags are the bomb. But the Vortex Razor Gen 2, the Razor HD Gen 2, that Optics Planet sent for this evaluation is a perfect match for a rifle like this. You've got the clarity that you need to shoot in a bunch of different conditions, and it comes in a number of different reticles, but for me, the EBR-2C is the reticle you want with a rifle like this.
A rifle like this deserves to get off the range, and I've used it in 3 separate days of precision rifle competition. This was at the spring PRS match at Woody's in Apex, and it shows 2 things. 1, the LRP Elite allows me to connect with the targets easily, and 2, the Razor HD's EBR-2C reticle means I can use my left hand to move my position instead of having to turn the top turret. I did have some issues during competition with metal Accuracy International magazines that were frustrating, but that's consistent with the reputation of the mags, and I don't think it reflects on the LRP Elite. The PMags came out after this competition, and since I've been running them, as long as I don't short throw the bolt, the action runs smooth as glass. The length of the Arias chassis is something I appreciate in positions like this one. I can easily get my bipod over the pitch so I can use the roof to absorb recoil. The adjustable cheek riser on the PRS then gives me exactly the cheek weld I want behind the glass.
I've never been law enforcement, I've never been military, so for me, there's nothing like the heat of competition to show me the true performance of the product that I'm testing. And in competition, I found that the Bergara LRP Elite is everything that I could hope for in a bolt gun. If I was missing a target, it was because of me. It wasn't because of the rifle. You saw that on paper, you saw that on steel at the practice range, and on that stage on the roof. It's gonna put the bullet where it's supposed to go as long as I aim the rifle where I'm supposed to be aiming. I also really like the 6.5 Creedmoor caliber, and I appreciate Bergara sending the LRP Elite in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's got bullet flight characteristics like 300 Win Mag, but the recoil of 243 Winchester, especially in a setup like this with this brake or with a can like the Sandman L. I really like the new Magpul AI pattern P-Mags. This might be Magpul's best new product in a couple of years. They're that good. They're half the price of AI metal mags and way better performing. They're easier to load, they're easier to insert and remove from mag wells, and the rounds feed off of them like they're on ball bearings, which definitely does not happen with AI metal mags. I don't like them, a lot of people don't like them, but these mags are fantastic. I also really like the Vortex Razor HD Gen 2, and I appreciate Optics Planet sending it because I couldn't test a rifle like this unless I had an optic like this. And if you made it this far in this video, you're in luck because Optics Planet is extending a 10% discount on your order with code TNB10, that's Tango November Bravo 10, for the next 2 weeks only. And at any time, code TWANGnBANG will give you 5% off. So if you miss that window, you can still get 5% off your order at Optics Planet. If you want to see where to buy any of this and see my written review, which has elements that I don't include in the videos, be sure to check out my website at TWANGnBANG.net. I've got a link in the video description right to the review page. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can see the links right there. And be sure to click here to subscribe so you can see my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool stuff. I really appreciate you watching TWANGnBANG, and hope to see you next time. God, I am sweating like crazy. The humidity in North Carolina is insane.